This is Our News, the weekend edition, and on the broadcast tonight, police investigating an overnight shooting that's left one man dead. Plus, a cabinet minister defends government's VAT hike in the face of pushback. And find out whether those fired F&M MPs have the full backing of their constituency associations.
Our News is brought to you by Alive.
Good evening, I'm Andrew Knowles, and thanks so much for joining us. An altercation between a group of men turned deadly after one man was shot and killed overnight. The incident took place in the area of Royal Palm Street, Culmersville, around 2 this morning. That's when police say a group of men were in the area when one of the men reportedly got into an argument with another male. The man left the area and returned a short while later armed with a handgun and shot the male he had the altercation with. EMS personnel were called to the scene where they pronounced the man dead. Police are continuing investigations. In other news this evening, amid the backlash over the government's planned VAT hike, one cabinet minister is defending the government's decision and maintaining that no matter what happens, the Minnis administration will push ahead with its plans. Gillian Gray has more.
Within the last year, the F&M government has been criticized for the contentious Oban Energies deal, the absence of a substantive Chief Justice, and now a planned 60% increase in value-added tax. Nonetheless, Health Minister Dr. Dwayne Sands is defending the Minnis administration as a government of change.
We believe that we were elected on a change agenda, and we are going to boldly go where no government has gone before.
The last 3 public domain polls have revealed a steady decline in support for the governing party and its most recent budget. Dr. Sands acknowledged that if the Minnis-led government does not accomplish its goals, the F&M will be booted out in the next election.
If they don't see it, they can roll us out. Okay?
In the meantime, Sands said the government will not be distracted by the criticism and is committed to pushing ahead with its agenda.
I think that what we are looking to do is to transform this country. We are going to be investing in young people, providing education, providing opportunity for startup businesses. We have a revolutionary inner city redevelopment project. And that part of the narrative has been lost in 12% VAT. So what I say to you to respond to your question is that yes, the conversation right now is focused on the negative. I believe in my heart that as the conversation continues and as people see this new Bahamas unfold, that they will say, hey, this was a good initiative.
As the government continues to face backlash over the proposed gaming tax and VAT increase, Dr. Sands concluded that the problem facing the Minnis administration is miscommunication. He said that is due in part to poor public relations on the government's part.
The Prime Minister has said, Minister Lloyd has said, and I join them in the belief that governance of a country requires that you make some tough decisions and do the right thing. Now, should we be explaining it a little bit better? We should be explaining it better. We should go at many different approaches to try to get people to understand why this is important. Not so much focus on the negative, but to focus on the vision, the grander vision of building a better Bahamas.
Now, Dr. Sands said the F&M government is trying to bring change and transformation to the Bahamas. And if that change and transformation is not seen within the next 4 years, well, then the party's fate will be sealed come election 2022. Reporting for Our News, I'm Gillian Gray.
All right, thanks a lot, Gillian. Well, 2 MPs who were fired for opposing government's VAT increase addressed their relationships with the constituency associations in their respective areas. Our Jared Higgs has the story.
After being fired from their government-appointed post for voting against an increase in the rate of value-added tax, MP for Pine Ridge, Frederick McAlpine, and MP for Golden Isles, Vaughn Miller, received wide praise from their constituents and the Bahamian public. However, the same can't be said for their branch associations. The chairman of the F&M's Constituency Association in Centerville, Juan Cartwright, blasted Centerville MP Reece Chipman and asserted he wished he would resign his seat. Golden Isles MP Vaughn Miller also alluded to a rift between himself and the Constituency Association executives in his area.
I may have not gotten the consensus of the party, the association executives, okay? But it's the constituents, over 6,500 constituents that I represent, I speak for, and I'm certain the vast majority of them, I'm certain that they're pleased with the decision I made.
McAlpine, on the other hand, says he's lucky to not only have the support of the wider community, but also the F&M Constituency Association in Pine Ridge.
Oh, F&M Pine Ridge is solely and wholly behind me as their Member of Parliament, and I appreciate the F&M Pine Ridge Association led by our chairmen and executive team, and so we're on one page, one accord. Pine Ridge is solid. It is solid in terms of communication with the Member of Parliament, the executives, and its constituents. And so there's no beef there. Me and the people are always fine.
The outspoken MP, who has refused to toe the party line on several controversial issues, says the support he received at the airport fuels him going forward.
I was very touched by the people of Grand Bahama. People came from West End and from McLeanstown, West End in the west and McLeanstown in the east. And it was a group of people made up of F&Ms, PLPs, independents, DNAs, swing voters. I was immensely touched, and it makes me want to keep fighting for the people of Grand Bahama. Grand Bahama is in a dire strait economically, and we need something to happen soon, fast, and in a hurry.
Miller, McAlpine, and Baines and Grantstown MP Travis Robinson were all fired from their government-appointed posts for failing to support government's increase in value-added tax. Chipman also voted against the increase, but he was fired from his post earlier this year. Reporting for Our News, I'm Jared Higgs.
Well, we will take our first break here, but still to come on Our News, the Department of Labor ready to assist those web shop employees who may find themselves out of a job. Coming up when Our News returns.